Good morning, job seekers, and welcome to Ohio Means Jobs, Lucas County Jobs in the 419. I'm Darlene White, and I'm the program manager for Ohio Means Jobs. And with me today,
I'm Ron Jones. I am the Community Outreach Specialist here at Ohio Means Jobs.
well, we're already in November, folks, and I can hardly believe it.
I know, it came quick, didn't it?
It did, and we've got quite a few holidays this month, as well as some opportunities for people to come visit the shared campus. So we're going to get into that in a little bit later. But the one thing that we try to get up front with you every session that we have this podcast is to talk about how to make applications for the hot jobs that we're going to discuss.
That's right. That's right. So as we are going through these hot jobs, at the bottom of your screen is going to be a job order number. You're going to go ahead and take that job order number. You're going to type it into the search bar on ohiomeansjobs.com. It's going to pull up the job description and you'll be able to make your application.
Pretty easy.
Very easy.
And we've added a couple new features with that.
Ooh.
We can actually go to omjlc.com and go to the
yes.
job seeker tab and scroll down, and you'll be able to hit the hot job list there
That's right.
and then be able to click on the job that you're interested in,
Right.
and it'll take you right over to the website.
That's awesome.
I know.
omjlc.com.
Thanks to the marketing team at Harbor.
They do an excellent job.
They sure do.
All right. Are we getting into some jobs now?
I think so. Do you want to take the first three?
I'll take the first three. I'm
Okay.
happy to. Okay. So let's get right into it. Job number 1 is for a cook helper position. This is a full-time position. The company's looking for someone who enjoys teamwork and has a collaborative spirit, has a positive attitude and a willingness to learn, is a foodie that enjoys providing hospitality and aspires to move up. So if that sounds like you, then maybe this job's for you. So the position involves prep and cooking dishes according to established recipes. It involves adjusting recipes to meet the needs of residents, allergies, and things like that. And of course, following all sanitization and safety standards. Very important. So the company is looking for someone who has at least 1 year experience. That's what they prefer. Has a high school diploma or a GED. Benefits include competitive salary, weekly pay, student loan repayment, scholars and tuition reimbursement, health, vision, dental, and life insurance. Kicks in on the first of the month when the candidate starts. And the bonus, okay, they say here, no boring menus. Plus, there's a partnership with Ruby Culinary School that helps you develop new skills and grow your culinary career. And I did have to look up how to pronounce Ruby. It's Rouxbe, Ruby Culinary School.
That sounds interesting.
It's very cool. Very cool.
I'll have to check that website out.
Definitely. Okay, our next hot job is for a shop welder position. It's a full-time position Monday through Friday. They're looking for a candidate with positive attitude and high energy and at least 3 years previous equipment repair experience. They're looking for someone who has the ability to diagnose, troubleshoot, and test. They're looking for someone who's comfortable being responsible for inventory and onboarding parts. They want someone who has a CDL Class B, that's what's recommended, and an excellent driving record. They want someone with a great mechanical aptitude who possesses their own tools, has the ability to communicate in both verbal and written format, and they'll need to prepare documents and reports. Knowledge of stick welding also needed for this job. So they also want someone who's able to lift 25 pounds frequently and 50 to 100 pounds occasionally. Benefits include company truck, company fuel card, company paid cell phone, tool insurance, company uniforms, paid time off, holidays, and benefits offered through the local union.
Sounds like a treasure chest of benefits.
It sure does.
I've never heard of all those before.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. Okay, now our third hot job is for a fire sprinkler technician. They are looking for someone who has 3 to 5 years of experience installing pipe systems and valves, must be able to work independently or as part of a team, possess strong customer service skills. That's beneficial in every job. Possess basic math and mechanical aptitude, be able to troubleshoot and problem solve, plan, prioritize work schedule and meet deadlines, ability to use a computer or tablet and read electronic blueprints. Experience with Salesforce and Microsoft Office is preferred. The candidate requirements for this is that you must have a valid driver's license with an acceptable driving record because there's going to be frequent travel involved, local and regional. You must also be able to pass a drug test as well as a background check. Must be at least a high school a graduate, and you must the work week is Monday through Friday, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
Benefits: paid vacation, holidays, medical insurance, 401k with a company match, flexible spending account, and long and short-term disability, and more. So,
Well, you bring up a good point in that job description
what's that?
because it's about digitalization.
Ah, yes.
And coincidentally, we're going to talk about that in the hot tip for today.
Ooh, what's our hot tip?
Well, we're going to talk about ATS 101
Ah, ATS, my favorite topic.
and why it should be important to the applicants that we're working with here in our community,
Definitely.
right?
So,
So, what
go,
is ATS?
that's exactly what I was about to ask. What
All
is
right.
ATS?
Well, it's
Didn't
an
mean to get ahead of you.
application tracking system,
That's right.
right? Remember that, folks. Application tracking system. Every business out there is using them.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because it makes their job a lot easier. If you were getting 100 to 200 resumes a day and you're the HR manager, you too would want to invest in this software.
That's right.
But because it's convenient for them, it may not be so convenient for you if you're not prepared to do what you need to do when you're creating your resumes. So there's some tips that I know Ron has had to explain to
I
people.
always try to explain it because ATS is so important when you're making your resume these days.
Well, one of the things definitely is going to be spelling and grammar.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get a little bit carried away with the layout of the resume and we want to, make it attractive, but not necessarily will it be able to be read by the software.
Right.
And so it's going to be very necessary that you take some time and maybe have someone sit down with you to go over it to distinguish whether or not it's going to make it through the ATS system,
Right.
right? So one of the things you're really going to need to watch out for is the use of keywords. When you're writing these resumes, Ron talked about this in the last podcast. You're going to have to use key descriptive words that are going to be mimicked in the job description.
Right.
You're also going to need to proofread, like I had mentioned. And then the other thing is spell out those abbreviations. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
come from a world of acronyms and
Yeah, we
things
sure do.
over here at Ohio Means Jobs, and some of you in other industries have them as well. So make sure you spell those out because the system may not pick up the abbreviation.
Right. If you have experience using an electronic health record, you might just call it an EHR, but make sure you have both in your resume, right? Electronic health record and EHR.
Yep. And what I'd like to do is point you to resumeblueprints.com for a little bit more information on this particular subject because it'll give you the percentage of companies that are actually using this from top Fortune 500
Mm-hmm.
companies all the way down to those little folks
Right.
that just want the ease, less frustration of
Yeah.
identifying potential candidates.
Yeah.
So that information again could be found at resumeblueprints.com.
Right. And I really liked what you said about making sure that it's not like the word I always use is too fancy, right? The thing to avoid is things like columns, text boxes, tables,
Mm-hmm.
links. Sometimes even the ATS system can't read links, images and logos and things like that. The ATS system is not going to be able to read those. So you want to have something simple that's nice to read for a human and easy to read for the ATS system.
Yep. And again, you can make an appointment to come in. Staff can look at it and give you, some positive feedback or
Right.
possibly give you some opportunities for correction.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to carry on with our hot jobs list here, and we have an entry-level hospital service technician position. This position pays $19.20 an hour.
Nice.
And it's a 4-day work week, which says to me that you're working probably 10 hours a day,
Yep.
correct? They're looking at a high school graduate as one of the minimum entry-level educational guidelines. And there's going to be some travel between their healthcare facilities because you're going to collect and exchange pharmaceutical waste containers. Now, if any of you have been to a hospital or your dental office or to the doctor, you probably have seen containers that are located there for, bandages and needles and
Right.
things like this to go into. So this is what type of containers we're referring to. So they're going to need to be very customer focused and interact with customers in a professional manner. I mean, you're going to be in and out of these facilities, but you're still going to have to probably have people sign things and pick things up. They're going to need to maintain the daily schedule as outlined because it's critical that things are picked up and dropped off for cleaning. Be able to lift up to 55 pounds and be able to push or pull a cart that weighs as much as 500 pounds. Now, folks, there would be an apparatus to do this with.
Yeah.
You know, imagine having a two-wheeler or something to be able to
Right.
provide that. They also must be able to demonstrate some strong communication skills and be able to work independently with little supervision because obviously you're traveling again in between
Yep.
facilities. And then have some knowledge of computer spreadsheets and applications to track daily collections. So the start time, though, of this position is 5 a.m. in the morning.
Mm.
Okay. And you're approximately going to work 30 to 37 hours a week, and it could be a little bit more. But for those of you that are not early birds, this may not be the job for you.
Right.
Right. Benefits will include health care, which would include the medical, dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage, tuition reimbursement, paid vacation and sick time, and then other benefits could depend on how many hours that you are working.
Right.
So that's something to definitely check into if you get an interview and want to learn more about that position. We also have a position for a production controller. All right, so this is first shift, the position's in Maumee, Ohio. And this is where someone's going to evaluate material requirements and do some planning. And they're going to check orders, they're going to process orders, they're going to manage and maintain the stock input and outputs, generate and prepare batch tickets for distribution for their manufacturing component, and they're going to create and validate procurement requisitions. So this person too is going to need to have some knowledge of the SAP transaction system, which is systems, applications, and products.
Mhm.
See, I even said it out loud. We didn't want to do the application like with the acronym here. We wanted
Right.
to make sure that we spelled it out and create delivery tickets for outbound shipments. The candidate should have a high school diploma or GED, but they would prefer an associate's degree and 1 to 2 years experience using that SAP or a similar type of software, an MRP or material requirement planning system. 3 to 5 years experience in operations with a strong emphasis on production and inventory planning. Again, we're looking at someone with strong analytical and communication skills. They also must have some proficiency in Microsoft Office and especially that in Excel. The position also cites the work key scores. Now, last podcast, we talked about the value of those.
Yeah.
And the math here is at a 5, graphic literacy 5, and workplace documents 5, which is
Gotcha.
going to be a gold level certification.
There you go.
So if somebody's interested in this and would like to take the work keys, all you got to do is call us at the 419-213-5627 and say, hey, sign me up.
There you go.
I'm work ready.
That's right. It's that easy.
Yeah. And then we have an industrial tools specialist. This is a full-time sales and marketing position. See, from the title, you wouldn't think that, right?
Right.
Okay. So this function, the primary function of the tool specialist is to generate profitable sales from the rental of industrial tool equipment.
Mhm.
So you're going to have some broad knowledge of different types of tools. And the
Definitely.
goal would be to generate revenue and profitability within different industrial service regions. So there's going to probably be some travel involved in this. They're going to have to work on developing and implementing strategies of how they're going to identify how they're going to create this revenue. So we're going to have some analytical people out there,
Yeah.
creative people thinking about what are some of the needs in some of these other regions of maybe Ohio or Indiana, wherever
Right.
this job may take them. The requirements are a bachelor's degree in the field, obviously with 2 to 5 years of direct sales and project management experience. Some industrial tool equipment background is preferred. The person must have some good and possibly strong project management, new business development, and customer retention skills, strong written and verbal communication skills, and some mechanical aptitude and
Oh yeah,
ability,
of
because
course.
obviously you'd have to know how to work these tools. Highly organized with the ability to handle multiple clients concurrently. So
Mm,
you're going to be, handling accounts.
right.
So the benefits are the pace could start at as low as
Mm,
42,000 depending upon experience up to 68,000,
hmm.
and the benefits are available 30 days after start.
That's
It's a
great.
full benefit package of medical, excuse me, I'm having some tongue twisters here, medical, dental, and vision, and there's an employee assistance
Mhm.
program as well as 401k.
Great.
Now, I'm sorry to put this on you like this, Ron, but just hot off the press, somebody
Yes.
just handed this to me a little while ago, is the
Okay. Our
calendar
calendar.
that we have for November.
Excellent. Well, we've got a lot going on in November, don't we?
Yeah, and I thought maybe you'd at least take us up to that week of Veterans Day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, first of all, let's just mention, as always, I'll be at the libraries throughout the week, right?
Mhm.
So on today, right? No, today, the 4th. Today's the 4th,
Yeah,
right? Yes,
today's the
today's the
4th.
4th already. Wow. I'm going to be at Reynolds Branch Library from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Um, then I'll be back there on Thursday, the 7th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if
Okay.
you need any kind of services, resume assistance, you want to ask some questions, you need some job lead information, I'll be bringing that to the library, right? So
And
you
that's where
can,
I can find you too, right?
that's where you can
Okay.
find me as well. And then Wednesday, the 6th, Trio will be here at our office. Trio, in case folks don't know, they help people with grants and help with FAFSA
Right?
and stuff like that to get them into schooling
Mhm.
um, with Owens, but also with other schools as well.
Yep.
Yep. Veterans Day, the campus will be closed. However, I will be at Kent Branch Library from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you can't come to our office. That's all right. You come ask me. I'll be at Kent. Trio will be back again that Wednesday, and then we have our financial literacy workshop on Thursday, the 14th. Um, we've talked about that before, right? The financial literacy workshop, they help with budgeting, uh, credit
Yep.
building, things like that,
Home ownership, first time buyers.
right? And
Yep.
also with tax information,
Yes, and that's
right?
coming up soon too.
It sure is. And then we also have our big event on the 20th.
Yes.
Yeah,
And we have one more podcast before that,
that's
and
right.
we do have a guest speaker. And so this is the opportunity, folks, if you plan on attending on November 20th, that you kind of get yourself together with your resume and you possibly practice your interviewing techniques so that you can shine in front of these businesses that are going to be here in our atrium. We want you to be prepared. So we're giving you plenty of lead time to come over to the center to work on these issues.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's going to be a big event. That event goes from 9:30 to 2:30.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty much most of the
it's
day.
going to be the whole day, and there's going to be a lot of folks here. So
Mhm.
definitely look out for that. Check us out on the next podcast where we're going to talk about that even more.
Yeah. So we do want to remind you about these
Of
workshops again.
course.
So
Yeah,
if we're telling you to get ready for this event on the 20th, you might want to attend one of the workshops.
definitely.
So I don't know if we have these orientations. If no one's been to the orientation, you might want to come out. We have them 3 times a week. On Mondays, they're at 10:30, and then we have another one on Tuesdays at noon, and then also Thursdays at noon.
Right.
So this gives you an overview of the campus and the
Yeah.
partnerships that we have, which I think you'll be pleasantly surprised to learn about.
Yeah, lots of different partners that people don't know about, lots of different types of opportunities, lots of different types of services that they can benefit from. So it's well worth attending the orientation.
It is. And then to get ready for the workshops, the resume workshop is on Tuesday at
Yep.
10:30. And then soft skills, as we were just discussing in this ATS 101,
Hmm.
these are going to be those words that you're going to be looking for to place into your resume. So soft skills is at 10:30 on Wednesday, and
Hmm.
then the Thursday 10:30 workshop is for interviewing.
Right.
And now we're going to be adding something new on Fridays
Mm.
coming up is going to be career exploration. So for those of you that are undecided about which direction you're planning to go into, you hear about all these wonderful in-demand jobs, but you don't know what's really for you and you're not sure about the length of training that takes place and, 100 questions you might have. Well, Career exploration is an opportunity to learn more about these careers and for you to identify with which one is the best fit for you,
Right.
right? So take time to prepare, before you go spending a lot of hard-earned money with classes that you don't end up using or that you may not finish.
Right.
We want you to be able to investigate and spend some time exploring with us.
Yeah.
So you have anything else today?
Well, two more quick things that we have to talk about. Number one, don't forget about our big job list, right? The
Oh,
hot jobs
yeah.
list, of course. The podcast is named after it, or is it named after the podcast? I don't actually know. Doesn't really matter. Come in and get it. It's a big list. You're looking at it right now. It's scrolling by. It's usually at least a couple of pages long. Lots of different jobs posted in the area. Extremely valuable information,
Mhm.
right? Come and get it. And also follow us on social media, right?
Yes.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we are on LinkedIn. You're looking at all those right now. Follow us, check us out. We post all the time, lots of cool information. Maybe you even saw this week's episode through there. I don't know, but check us out on our social
And
media.
share the
Yeah,
information with
show
other
people.
people. The more the merrier. And bring some friends along with you. It's always nice to do groups.
Right. And I know you know somewhere out there that you got a grandson who's looking for work, you
Mhm.
got a nephew, you got a daughter, you got somebody who needs some help finding a job. You let them know about
Or a
us.
second job.
Yeah, we're here to help.
So we look forward to seeing you, and make sure you mark your calendar with the events that we highlighted. And we'll be back on the 18th of November. So thanks
Awesome.
for joining us. You have a great day.
Thank
Happy
you.
job hunting.
Bye.